Hi, good morning. If you are watching right now, this is the replay and we are no longer live, but welcome. I'm going to be prepping for Halloween. I have a couple notebook holders that I have to do. This is my pattern. I'm going to link it in the description if you're interested in purchasing the pattern so that you can make a notebook holder as well. This is meant for fabric that can have a raw edge, so I'm using vinyl. This is going to be a heads up. This is kind of gory material, so if it's not your thing, please swipe on. Gonna wait for some of my TikTok friends to jump in. Good morning. Hey, Frida. Hi, Claire. Hey, Deanie. Hello, good morning. I am doing a couple of notebook holders today. This is gonna be my start to prepping for Halloween. The print is kind of gory, so this is your heads up if you're kind of squeamish or really aren't into those kind of things. This may not be the live for you. Hi! So I'm going to show you the print that we're doing. I'm doing a notebook holder, Halloween. This is called Bloody Gorgeous. I know the last time I brought this print out, it sold out right away. These will be available probably the last week of September, the Halloween collection. I have this print, I have some ghost, I have some pumpkins, I have a haunted house theme. So I'll have a couple of different prints available for Halloween, but this is one that I made, I think a couple of years ago. It's got kind of like a skull imprint to it with obviously a bloody background. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple notebooks prepped. Like I said, this is the start of Halloween for me. So this is going to be the outside of the notebook holder. I have a black for the interior. I'm gonna start by gluing them together just with some fabric glue. Hey, Cassie. Just add a little bit around the outside. This is my notebook holder pattern, so if you would like to make one as well, it's linked in my website under DIY and digital patterns. Hey, Janie. So we're gonna glue the outside and inside together. Set this aside. I'm doing two, so everything I do, I'm going to double it and give it to the next one. It's back, Elizabeth. This is my Halloween prepping. I want to have everything done by before the end of September so I can get stuff shipping out. I got some on my table. This glue comes up really easy. You just rub over it. Same thing, if you get it on your fingers, if you just rub it, it kind of just turns into little glue balls. Comes off. Okay. So this side is going to be the front of the notebook, and this side is going to be the back of the notebook. So essentially it's going to wind up like this. I'll set this aside to dry while I work on the interior. So all of my notebook holders come with a notebook, and there are pockets on the inside for like cards, and then there is a pen holder. So the first step, what I was doing was just gluing the pen holder together, and then I'm going to set this aside to dry. The next step that I'm going to work on are the interior pockets. I'm going to add some double-sided tape to the top. How's everybody's Thursday going? I'm going to fold this over and then sew it down. That way we don't have a raw edge at the top of our pocket. At Myrtle Beach, fun. Packing because we're going to Rabia. Oh, fun. I hope you have a great trip, Frida. Okay, now I'm just going to sew this down to the interior side pocket for both. The endless week is almost ending. I know, right? I felt like that too. Like this morning I woke up and I was like, man, is it Friday yet? I was hoping we were going to have like a really quiet, relaxing weekend, but my husband invited some friends over on Sunday. So I don't know how quiet or relaxing that's going to be. Okay, let's sew this down. I'm only going to sew down this side and the bottom. When we sew the whole notebook together, we're going to sew all the way around the outside, which will catch this and sew it down. That way we won't have two rows of stitching here. I have a couple notebook holders that I'm making today. I'm starting to prep for Halloween. Okay, let me grab the exterior. We're going to go ahead and sew on the clasp for the closure. Gonna add some double-sided tape to the back. That way it'll hold it in place while I'm sewing. Going to measure where it goes. And I'm going to go ahead and sew a square to attach this here. This stitching is going to get covered up by the interior pocket. And then now we have to add the other closure. Pull it out. Hey Tara. It's been a rough day already. I mean, I'm good. I did not want to get out of bed this morning. I think I slept in until like 6:45, which is super late for me. Gonna close it, make sure it closes and opens, and then we're going to add our pockets. So this is gonna be on this side. This is gonna be on this side, and then we are going to add our pen holder right here. So I'm gonna go ahead, get a little bit of glue on the back of these. That way it's just gonna hold it in place while I'm sewing it. Hi Susan, we're headed to Michigan. Oh, fun. You gonna go see your daughter? Just Mammy? Add a couple clips. Six and a half hours to go. Is everybody in one car? I miss road trips. Gosh, I don't think I've done a road trip like with my family since I was like in my early 20s, early 20s. Is the black vinyl too? The black vinyl wet, Sonia? I missed something. Up yesterday, no, just me and the hubby. Oh, that's nice. Excuse me. Okay, so it's all put together. I'm just going to go ahead and set it aside, give this a little time to dry while I'm working on the other one. So everything we just did, we're going to do to this one as well. I'm going to start with our closure. Did you sew the onto the black? No, this is just glued right now. And I was just wondering if the black vinyl is like the printed. I bought the black vinyl from marinevinylfabrics.com. I'm not sure if that's what you're asking. It's not printed. You can purchase this on their website. This is custom printed. You can also get black vinyl, solid black vinyl at a lot of local stores if you have like a Hobby Lobby. Or I know Joann, I haven't been on the mainland in a while, so I'm not really sure who carries it anymore, but I know Joann used to carry it. Hobby Lobby used to carry it. I'm not really in the know these days. But it's like 9 months and counting. I'll be back. Thanks, Jamie Lee. This is a popular Halloween print every single year. I normally only restock it during this time of the year. Alright, so that is stitched on, just sewing a little box. Then we're going to add the other spring snap here. Hobby Lobby has the black. I know, I'm counting down the days. Just wondering what material is on the back. Oh, you're welcome. Alright, let's glue on the pockets. I'm just using fabric glue, Fabri-Tac by Beacon. I know you can get this at Walmart, any craft store, Michael's, Joann, Hobby Lobby, I know that for sure. This is going to be a notebook holder. You have to do all the packing yourself. No. The military pays to have people come and pack our stuff. It usually takes like 3 days. But they usually send 2 or 3 people. They pack everything and then they'll bring the movers and they'll load everything on the truck. And then it gets shipped back to the mainland on a boat. I know it came by boat when we came here, so I'm assuming that it's gonna go back by boat. So it took about, I think we were in the hotel for about 6 or 7 weeks waiting for our stuff to get here. Okay, so we have everything glued down. I don't think I checked my snap. All right, we're good. Let me grab the other one that we glued up first. I'm going to sew that together, give this a second to dry. And then all we do is just sew all the way around the entire thing, which will catch our side pocket, our side panels, as well as our pin holder. And I'm going to not backstitch, instead I'm going to pull my threads through the back when I'm done. Do you trust them packing your sewing machine in bags? I usually pack all my stuff in my office. So I pack all, or I wrap up and pack all of my bags. I pack all of like my hardware, my fabric. I have, it's called a lollipop. So it has a handle and it's like cellophane and it's a big roll. And like you can put things together like this, and then you can roll it with the cellophane and everything will stay nice and tight. I do that with my cotton fabric. I pack up all of my printed vinyl. I usually do that for just about everything in my office, my cutting room, my sewing room. I usually pack all that stuff. And then the sewing machine, this whole thing right here, if you look around, it comes out of the table. So I would normally take this out of the table. This whole thing down here is full of oil. Let me finish sewing this and I'll show you. For those who've never seen like an industrial sewing machine. But I would drain the oil, let that dry for a few days, and then I would wrap this whole thing with cellophane and paper. So if you lift this up, this whole pan right here is full of oil. I've just got some cotton in here to catch the dust. This gets a little dusty. So what I have to do is I have to take this whole head off. I have to take my oil pan out. I have to drain it. I have to wash it, dry it, and then this takes quite a few days to dry, and then I'll wrap it with paper and cellophane. It's heavy as crap. But all you have to do is pop these things off back here, and then this whole thing lifts up. I don't pack all my sewing equipment. Yeah, I do. I don't trust them. And then like my pre-made bags, I normally do like a really big sale right before we PCS or move. And anything that I haven't sold, I'll just wrap it up and box it myself. Okay, so this one is done. Let me grab a notebook and put it in. All of these come with a notebook, which has 50 pages and, 50 papers and 100 pages because it's front and back. How many times have you moved? In the last 6 years, 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be our 5th move. Almost 7 years. So that is how I make my notebook covers. I was about to say industrial. Machine, which foot are you using? This is the foot that came with the machine. And then you're away from us for months. I know. Yeah, I mean, my husband's Army, so we move every couple years. This is actually the longest that we've been anywhere together. But in about 6 months, or I'm sorry, 9 months, right around the middle of June of next year is when we're going to be moving. I'll check my bob and make sure I'm still good. It's going to be a roulette. Let's see if we make it. I'm nervous. Now that I'm sewing, I don't think I'm going to make it. I didn't realize how big the perimeter of this is. Thread roulette. Back on the road. Okay, Just Mammy, you guys have a safe ride. Come on, don't fail. Oh, yeah, we're out. Almost made it. Just like the start and stop, I'm just going to pull my thread through and just knot it off when I start sewing again. Let me get two here. So close. Where are you moving? We don't know yet. My husband actually told me this morning that he should know by the end of this month. Transition. I know. So what I do plan on doing is taking a couple of those really large tubs that are normally like in your garage that you have things in, like the black tubs with the yellow lids. I plan on taking a couple of those with me on the flight, and bringing my sewing machine, like my domestic sewing machine. That way I can at least sew clothes. Not bags, because I won't have all of my material. And I'll probably go live with some clothes sewing, so you won't have to wait the whole 7 weeks. Yeah, we were so close. Uh-oh. Funky stuff happened on this corner. My air conditioner is right above me. There we go. So when I'm coming down underneath here to put in my bobbin, all I'm doing, oh no, I forgot to grab my clips. They fell in. Too easy. I'm gonna take these and just wash them later. Okay, so I'm putting the bobbin in here. When I go underneath, I usually come underneath here and put the bobbin in, and it's going right in here. Hey, claps for the diamond. All right, let me get this rethreaded, and then we'll be back in business. Okay. I'm gonna try to get in the same hole that I stopped. Play doctor on these stitches. I didn't know those sewing machines had oil. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's self-oiling, so everything on the inside and some of the parts on the outside, they need to get oiled daily and sometimes even while you're sewing. So the pan under here feeds oil throughout the entire machine. And then there's a couple of places, like see where this little red hole is here, red hole here. All of the parts on the outside that have a red hole, you just manually oil those with like a drop of oil. So I keep these little henna bottles. Where is that? These little henna bottles with just a little bit of oil, and then like probably once a week I'll just drop a little bit of oil on there. I'm doing it left-handed, and all the other little places, and then run my machine so that it just lubricates everything. Do you ever use your seam guide for this item? No, I've never used it for the notebook, but to be honest with you, I haven't made a notebook since I got my seam guide, so I haven't even tried it. I would think it would work fine. I probably wouldn't use the edge. Hold on a second. I probably wouldn't use the edge with the part that holds it down. I would probably use this rounded edge and let it butt up against there. All right. Let's see how we did. Not bad. So here's where our stitches stopped. I got a little bit of oil on here. Right here is where we lost our bobbin war and started back up, so it doesn't look bad. I just tied those threads and then singed them off. You can't really tell. And then here's where we started and where we stopped, and because we pulled our threads through, it doesn't really look that bulky with all the back and forth stitching. Those little things save so much time, I agree. Hey, 3 Pup Stitching. All right, all done. So my Halloween collection is going to be available at the end of this month. I'm going to have a couple of these notebooks and then quite a few other prints available. I was saying it at the beginning of the live, I have a haunted house, I have some ghosts, I have this print, I have pumpkins, and a couple other fall prints. That is what it looks like. Thanks. Okay, that's all that I have for today. I have some other stuff that I have to start working on. I started working on my new pattern. You guys want to see what it looks like? Do you have a template for these designs? I have a pattern. So I sell the pattern to make this notebook on my website. So if you just click on the BB here and go to my TikTok page, the link to my website is right underneath the follow button. And then in the menu on my website, you want to click on DIY and then digital patterns. And this is here, the notebook pattern. All right, let me go grab, I just started it, so it's like bare bones. I'm working on measurements right now. Okay. Hold on a second. I'm getting a warning. So normally when I make a brand new pattern, I start with using just solid fabric or vinyl. I don't want to use any of my prints, especially in the early stages. So this is going to be solid, but this is it's going to be kind of big. But it's going to be, let me see if I can put it. Oh, it's so big. It's going to be rounded, and then the connector, there's just going to be 2, so this can be used either as a shoulder strap or as a crossbody strap. So you can just do one shoulder strap, or you can make it long and make a detachable crossbody strap. But right now I'm just working on the sizing with the gusset, the interior, and my mine is going to have a divider pocket in the center, zipper closure, and a couple of other fun things. And I'm going to do a couple of different add-ons too to the actual, because it looks kind of plain. So there's going to be a way where you can make it just plain for like a beginner, and then if you wanted to add like a zipper panel on the outside or like a pocket on the outside, there's going to be a couple of options to do that as well. But this is just the start. So I'm going to be working on this probably over the weekend. I added a little Decaville light to the sides just because I wanted to see. I wanted a side that was a little bit more sturdier and not as, not flimsy, but movable as the front and back. I want this a little bit more sturdy. And then of course Peltex to the bottom. I know, I can't wait. So I'm going to be working on that this weekend, and I don't even have a release date. I know it's probably going to be close to the end of October because I got to make it how I want. I have to write the pattern. I have to have my testers test it. So it might even be November, but this will probably be my next bag to come out. Any chance of a small, medium bag in the future? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Christy. I have a tote. It's on my website. I don't know. I can't remember the last time that I made it live, but if you go to my website and just search tote, it's like a medium-sized bag. I haven't written the pattern to that. I made that style. I haven't written out the pattern to it yet, but I absolutely can. I have no clue. So when I name my patterns, I usually post it in my Facebook group and have them name it for me. So honestly, I've never named any of my patterns. Can't wait to see it. Oh, good. All right, y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to jump off here, and I will see you again on Tuesday. Bye.